Testing the PS5 mic. Okay, so I'm using PlayStation 5 headset. Is this any better? I don't have any feedback, or I can't monitor myself. I can't hear myself through the headset, so I don't know what's going on. Which is probably a good thing because I can't listen to myself talk when I'm talking through a headset. Actually, I had the volume knocked down to about 50% on the mic just in case. I didn't want to blow people's eardrums out, so I started it off kind of low. Yeah. Alright, so what's been going on today, aside from the sun throwing off these really cool prominences, is I posted an image from the other day on my Instagram account, and this account on Instagram showed up called world.wide._vibes. And they sent me a message complimenting that the photo that I took, and then they said, "And sir, we promoter, small account, skill photo artist and astrophotography, and are biggest promoters of photography in the field right now," which I find hard to believe. "Are you interested in featuring on our network and want to grow your account and audience?" Mind you, there's grammatical, spelling, and capitalization errors everywhere in these messages. I don't think it's a bot, but it's definitely somebody from overseas. Some of the posts are tagged in Spain, so I'm thinking there's probably just English as a second language going on here. So after they ask if I'm interested in featuring on their network and want to grow the audience, I explained to them that my standard digital license for my photography is $500. So how that works is you pay me $500 for a digital license, and then you can get, or what you do get in receipt of that, is a one-to-one quality download. So I don't downscale, I don't compress, I don't give you an inferior copy. You basically have the highest version, quality version of the image that I've been able to produce. It'd basically be print ready. That digital license allows you to print the photo, as well as resize it and rescale it and re-encode it, because it's not going to be a JPEG, it's going to be a TIFF file, a TIFF file. And you can convert it to a PNG or a JPEG or whatever it is you want, change the resolution to put it on a website or social media. And that's what you get for $500. It's basically you get a digital copy of the photo, and then you can do whatever you want with it for $500. So that's what I mean by digital licensing of my work is $500. If they want to feature it on their Instagram account, that's fine, but that's a digital license, $500, and you can do whatever you want with it on social media. So then they go on to say, after I say the digital licensing of my work is $500, is the benefit of our promo, right arrow emoji, I will upload your photos on our accounts, and we will tag you in our post in the description. We will add stories on our big account and mention you. Now their account has approximately 116,000 followers. So I mean, it's larger than me, but it's not by any means the largest account that's out there. We will add stories on our big account and mention you. By the way, our followers will notice you. You will get a huge response and get 3,000 to 15,000 followers and high rich. Your Instagram will grow rapidly and your contact will be famous. That is the benefit of promotion. And then, immediately after sending that, they replied to my digital licensing of my work is $500. Sorry, sir, I don't understand. So after that, I replied, you must pay me $500 for the rights to repost my images. And I have not heard from them since. They have, as far as I can tell, they have not even seen that, and that was about 16 minutes ago. So, their claim is I will get 3 to 15,000 followers and high rich. I don't know what high rich means. Is some guy named Rich, who is also high out of his mind, going to show up at my house? I freaking hope not. That's not a benefit I'm after. The 3 to 15,000 followers, I have a bigger TikTok account than that. I'm halfway there on YouTube. I really don't care too much about Instagram. I'm trying not to use Meta that much, but Instagram is like my digital photo album, and so that's the only reason why I keep it around. So they're claiming 3 to 15,000 followers are what I will receive by letting them post my image, and then effectively they're going to compensate me with exposure and attention, which I have 2 dachshunds and they are hungry. Exposure will not buy their dog food. I cannot buy dog food from PetSmart with exposure points. Fake internet points don't buy shit. So this prominence is doing something. I should be capturing a time lapse of this. So we're just gonna run. Actually, I gotta edit the sequence because it's not gonna expose correctly. So we're gonna go to. We're at 0.003. I need to go to 0.009. 0.009. Right? Yeah. Then save this sequence. Close the window. Yeah, we should be good. Okay, so sequencer, run recent. This is my Eclipse sequence. Son of a bitch, it didn't save. Okay, stop. Stop. So as soon as we get done doing this, I'm going to fact check the 3 to 15,000 followers, because that's an actual measurable result. We can see, fact of the matter, whether or not any account that they have featured has between 3 and 15,000 followers. There we go. That's the correct exposure. All right. So we're going to capture a bunch of frames like this. I want to animate this one here because it's been doing something. And we want to see what's going on here. And there's all this other prominence activity going on. So we're going to make a prominence time lapse today. Okay. Back to worldwide vibes wanting to take my content for free to essentially grow their own account is what's going on. Because they're going to tag me once, but their stuff is going to live in a feed and stories somewhere forever, right? So I go to their profile, and they've got 3 pinned astrophotography posts. First one is a nightscape, high dynamic range. It's an old broke down pickup truck. Looks like it's in the desert, and there's a little bit of Milky Way going on overhead, and possibly some zodiacal light. Okay, and at the very end of this lengthy post, buried way down where no one would ever see it, they say, check out and follow C and Ryan 92. 7,100 followers. But this person has a very lengthy, professional looking photography and astrophotography account. I'm willing to bet that of those 7,000 followers they have, they probably earned every single one of them, considering that they've got some Northern Lights photos and Star Trail photos that are pretty popular, pinned on their account. So then the next pinned one they have is of the Veil Nebula, and this one is Kate's Universe. Kate's Universe has 7,000 followers. Okay, so that checks. Then they've got a HDR moon where you can see the moon and some Earth shine happening at the same time. And this is from Eldeliron. I don't know how to pronounce this. They have 5,700 followers. Okay, so that checks. But then, the first non-pinned astrophotography post they have is from Roy Hagen Astrophoto, 4,500 followers. And I'm willing to bet that they already had those 4,500 followers, because this post has maybe 20 likes. The next post after that is there's actually no description here. It's just a series of photos. They've got I'm not sure which nebula this is. Eagle Nebula is another one. Orion Nebula, Crab Nebula, some other nebulas in here. I'm not quite sure what they are. And this one is Dark Sky Photography. But Dark Sky Photography was improperly tagged, so I can't actually go to their account. The next astrophoto is from Urban Astrophotography. They have 6,000 followers. But I know who Urban Photography is. They've been around for a while. They are good. Of those 6,000 followers they have, looks like they probably already had those. I mean, Urban Photography's been around for a while, and they are extremely talented. But there's a lot of other photos in here. Starboy. Starboy's also really popular. I'm actually mutuals with Starboy. Starboy's got 9,000 followers on Instagram. They had those 9,000 before. So Worldwide didn't get them anything there. There's a Triangulum Galaxy from D-Space Astrophoto. They have 2,000 followers. And then there's another account that's tagged. They only have 300 followers. They've got a Trifid Nebula photo from, it's a Suskini Astro, 800 followers. Another one from Cosmic Ray, 803 followers. A Horsehead Nebula, Bering US Astrophotography, 2,400 followers. A moon picture from Philippe Daniel. That account doesn't exist anymore. Or maybe they took it from another platform. Some wide field Milky Way galaxy pictures from @Fervres. 10,000 followers. So a lot of their people have between the 3 and 15,000, but there's also quite a few that don't even have 1,000. Another good Eagle Nebula photo from Romro 2, 2,900 followers. So they didn't even hit the minimum 3,000 promised. Rosette Nebula from, I can't pronounce this name, Apmolernurix Photography, 100 followers. That's our lowest account so far. So M31 LEL_NOI_DE_Vic, El Noir D Vic, 1,600 followers. So it doesn't look like they can actually live up to their promise that I will get 3 to 15,000 followers. And I bet if I ask every single one of those people, hey, did you get high rich? They will tell me no. Which is good, because I told you, I don't want some dude named Rich high off of his ass showing up at my house party. I don't need to deal with high rich. Sure. Because then I'll get I'll get a lot of money. I don't know about high rich, but I'll get a lot of money. So anyway, that's my little mini rant for the beginning of the live stream. Thank you for listening. Thought that was fun to do. I can't wait to see what this was going to look like. You know, yeah. I don't want some high rich dude showing up at my house. You know what I would like? Money. I'd like to get paid. If somebody's going to use my content to grow their platform and make a bunch of empty promises to me, the least you could do is give me a check, right? Punky gets it. Punky's like, "Hell yeah, get paid." Of course I need to get paid. Listen, listen. You get it. It's time and work. This wasn't free. This didn't just like show up one day on my doorstep and say, "Please, sir, can you point me at the sun?" And like I had to work for this. And I had to put a lot of effort in learning how to use this correctly to produce the photos that I produce. And I had to, I've been working at this for, I started it back in 2009, 2010, 2010, I think it was. So it's been like 14 years I've been working at astrophotography. And I'm still not like top tier, but I think I do well enough that I can get attention on my own. I don't need a promoter. So, but there's a lot of hard work that went into that for more than a decade to get to where I am. And so, if you're going to take a picture that I've essentially spent 14 years learning and mastering all of the techniques and amassing the equipment necessary to pull that shot off, if you want to use that to grow your own platform for clout, that costs money. You have to buy my images are a commodity, and you're going to use that commodity to grow your platform. You have to purchase that commodity to use it to grow your account. That's my views. That's what I think. And I think anybody out there who's doing astrophotography, and if you want to post your stuff to Instagram and Facebook, and you want to make videos for TikTok, and you want to do YouTube Shorts and all of that other stuff, I do the same thing. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that because we are using these platforms for what they were designed to do. But there's a limitation to what other people can do with that information. They can't just blatantly steal your content and repost it. You can do a DMCA takedown for that. Those works are not theirs. Just because it's on social media doesn't make it public domain, and they have to respect that. This account, Worldwide Vibe, at least they asked. They could steal it, but they asked, and they may still try to steal it. And if they do, I'll work with Deep Sky Dude because he deals with this all the time. And there's a way that you can do a DMCA takedown, and Instagram will remove the post. So I'm not above doing that if necessary. So that's one avenue I could pursue. Um, I'm looking at this sun here, and I'm realizing I actually don't like this type of exposure where I'm at. Um, I think I might want to try to back this down a bit. So But if you're an astrophotographer and you're on these platforms like Instagram or Facebook or TikTok, YouTube, I don't know what else is out there, Threads, Twitter or X, Truth.social, wherever it is that you're posting your stuff, Reddit, and somebody wants to reuse your stuff, they're not doing it altruistically. The end game is they're chasing clout. They want to have a popular platform. They want big numbers because it gives them a warm and fuzzy feeling on the inside. If they want that for themselves, they have to compensate you for the work you put into the stuff that they're going to plaster all over the internet. But be generous with it. If they want to use your content, don't limit them to just wherever they found it. If this Worldwide Vibe wants to pony up the $500, they can post it to Facebook, Twitter, Reddit, Instagram. They can make a TikTok video out of it. They can make a YouTube short out of it. They can monetize the content wherever it is that they post it. That's what they get for $500. They buy my content. They have a way to monetize it. They have a monetization channel with it. So if they think that they can make more than $500 on it, then it's a worthy investment. If all they're doing is chasing numbers, then they really aren't offering anything. I'm going to stop capturing. I'm going to change some of these settings. I think this sends some of these prominences are just a little too blown out for what I want. That, I think, is a little bit better. Yeah. Right? I know I can pull data out of that because I've pulled data out of something that was 1/4 that bright. Never drinking it. You know how many times I've said that? There. Okay. We're making the sequence capture speed, or the exposure duration. It's only going to be a quarter of what I was capturing before. But if you notice, these prominences over here, while they aren't jumping off the screen like they were when I overexposed them, they aren't blown out. You can still see the structure, and I know I'm going to be able to bring them back in the final image. I'm not worried about doing a surface detail capture. I want to practice doing solar prominences on the limb of the sun. Petite little proms, exactly. So I was doing a little bit of drinking last night, Punky, but my drinking was literally I had a shot of vodka mixed with black cherry sparkling water from Waterloo, not sponsored. Hashtag. Um, it that shit was good. Like I could become friends with that drink. I could very easily become friends with that drink. Um, I'm definitely never gonna get schlossed off of something like that, though. I don't know what Evan is. Not completely sure what that is. So, for those of you who are just joining and you can see the rantings of Punky, Punky here is my ride or die moderator, and we're just John Jacking. So, if you're just tuning in, Evan Williams, I'll have to Google that. If you're just tuning in, somebody wanted to, quote, promote my astrophotography, and they were going to give me exposure, and they were promising 3,000 to 15,000 new Instagram followers, and half of their accounts are somewhere in the middle of that range, one of which I already know had that following to begin with. The other half is like less than 1,000 followers. Yeah, it's not sus. It's just, I don't know. Because like sus makes me feel like I'm being scammed, and I know I'm not being scammed. They're not gonna. I'm not gonna lose any money whatsoever. What I am gonna get though is a bunch of broken promises. Their account's gonna grow a little bit. My account might get 1 or 2 new followers, and apparently some dude named Rich is gonna show up high because they promised me high Rich. I don't want high Rich. I don't want drunk Rich. I don't want Rich. High Rich jacked you. Oh, yeah. You should try throwing your phone into a toilet, but don't flush it. Just throw it in there. Make it think you're gonna flush. Scare the bejesus out of it. And then put it in some rice and see if it works better.
Cereal.
No, I can't because he doesn't want to pay me $500 for my photos. So if I don't have the money from the photos, I can't buy you a new phone. But what I can do is I can post it to my Instagram account, and you will get 3,000 to 5,000 followers, and a lot of accolades and praise, and people will notice you, and High Rich will show up at your house. I can do that. Alright, I'm going to mute the microphone for the time being, Punky, because it's just you and me here in the chat, and my throat's starting to get a little itchy. I'm going to actually make a hot tea to soothe it. It's the pollen. I cut my grass yesterday. Ever since then, my nose has been running and draining and making my throat itchy. So I'm going to just take some time. If more people come in here, we can talk about the sun. But for right now, I think I'm just going to mute the mic. So I'll be around.